Hey GoBuddies fans, I'm Sonic Suns. It's been a little while since I did a video. Yeah, I think it's been a little. Yeah, did you see that? That was my non-existent watch. Non-existent watch. Did you know I'm actually allergic to watches? No, that's true. The thing about like 10 years ago, I really wish I had a better memory of which things happened in which year, because a lot of things I just group into the category of about 10 years ago. But anyway, whenever it was, I started getting a weird white rash on my wrist there, and looked at it and we didn't know what it was. Eventually, like, you must be allergic to your watch because there's nickel. You know, the metal, not a literal nickel. The metal called nickel is on the underside of most watches. So we got me this other watch that instead of any metal touching my skin, it was only this rubber thing. And then somehow I got allergic to the rubber and it got that weird white rash again. So then we got another watch that wasn't metal and it wasn't rubber, it was like cloth. And then I got allergic to that and got the same rash thing. So then I just went without wearing any watch on my wrist at all for a while, and I had like a pocket watch for a while there instead, and eventually I got one made of titanium. Because apparently I'm not allergic to titanium, that's good. And then eventually the titanium watch just broke. It, like the thing didn't latch properly, and then I sent it in to get fixed, and the guy's like, it's fixed, and I was like, great, and then a couple days later it broke again. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to using the cell phone as my watch now. In other news, GoBuddies has a Go board from Japan. So you can tell it's from Japan from all the crazy Japanese symbols, which I admit, despite my 3 years of study, I can't completely read yet, but you know, I'm working on it. You can also tell by the English, which is what they call it when Japanese people screw up their English, because they don't know their R's from their L's, so English is pronounced Ingrish at least half the time. You see right over here, their motto or something. Put will into the stone. I don't think that quite makes sense. Maybe I should find a guy named Will now, or I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, look, it's this nice Go board here. You can open it, we've got like these Go pieces, and they're all magnetic. You play them on this thing here. It's all very, very cool. I got this from a friend of mine who'd recently been in Japan, and he actually brought me a present. How neat is that? Japanese and everything. So here are some clips of him and I playing, and some clips of me being horribly beaten. Yeah, my friend isn't like a professional player or anything. So yeah, I should learn more about Go, having this channel called GoBuddies. And continuing in the GoBuddies' incredible tradition of randomness, I shall now tell you about my amazing skills of knowing where the heck I'm going when I'm driving around in the physical world. Or rather, not. I am so happy for the invention and existence of GPS devices, because before I had one of those, I once missed a turn by 2 towns over. I just started driving and like, I figured it's got to be around here somewhere, and I was looking at the streets, you know, and at some point I should have realized the water towers were all like of the wrong town, and then eventually the road just ended. And I got a cell phone. I was like, hey, I got to the end of the road. I think I may have missed the turn. There was another time I got so lost it was illegal. And this time I even had a GPS device. So a friend of mine tells me to come meet him at this bowling alley that I've never been to before, and he tells me like how to get there, where to turn, so I write it down, but I also get the address and put that in the GPS thing. And I'm following the directions and they both seem to work out. And then I see like a turn that's like, no, it's spelled differently, that's the wrong one. So I kept going, and eventually like left town entirely. And I got to all these, there were like trees everywhere, and I'm like, I think I must have missed the turn by now. It's like, okay, I'm gonna put aside the written directions. I'll just follow the GPS now. So I'm following the GPS, which takes me to yet an entirely different town, and then I wind up in front of this entirely unmarked building. I'm like, I don't think that's the bowling alley. So I'm pulled off to the side now, and I have my flashers on, and I'm like trying to figure out what the frick I did wrong, and then suddenly this bright light shines through the window, and I'm like, and it's a cop who's shining his flashlight, going, what the heck I'm doing here, pulled off to the side of the road. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just put on, hey, what's going on, officer? He's like, hey, what's your problem? Oh, I'm lost. He's like, okay, can I see your driver's license? I'm like, sure. And I take out my wallet, and I don't have my driver's license. And I'm like, what the frick? So I'm just going through this thing like, you know, here's my Eagle Scout card, here's my, I'm like, how the frick did I do that? And he's like, okay, and he goes, you know, back to his car, like report on the random dude who has no license sitting in front of the mysterious unmarked building. And then it worked out okay, because I'd gone to register to vote earlier that day, and I'd taken my license out, and then I put it in my front pocket instead of my wallet again, and so the cop, I was signaling him sort of, and he came back and looked at it, and then he was, got it straight what I was doing, and he's like, so you're an Eagle Scout, shouldn't you, be more prepared? And I was like, yeah, this thing, and he's like, you know where you're going now? And I didn't really know where I was going yet. I had the vaguest of ideas, but I just sort of wanted to end the situation with the cops. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna start driving. I just started driving, sort of randomly, pretending I knew what the heck I was doing. I was like, is the cop still around? Is the cop still around? And eventually called my friend and figured out that street where I mentioned earlier that it was misspelled. Actually, he had misspelled it when he told me how it was spelled. And eventually got back around to the bowling alley and told everyone I was so lost it was illegal. Though thankfully I didn't get a ticket. This has been your daily dose of randomness. Or rather, your weekly dose, whatever. Thanks for watching. See you later.